Welcome back, everybody. Time for race number 2 between MackMcD and Tyler.
It's a big one. It's a real big one, this. Very much have the history of the category right here. The two people, well, two of the maybe 6 or 7 people that were on the board back in the day. Both of them have had world record. Mac twice, Tyler twice, I think, historically.
Yeah, both of them are definitely pioneers of this category. Mac and Tyler, both very, very talented runners, both former world record holders, and both can definitely play this game at the highest of levels. Very interesting to see these two old school guys go head to head for a playoff spot. Winner is in, losers out. That's it. There's no other scenario.
It's the enemy. I need help.
Even if this goes into overtime, winner's in. Both of them making their way up to Olga. See what these guys get. All right, looks like a right side for both. So right side's what you want in race scenario like this. It's just easier to deal with.
I've been
Left
with
side
the
is
unit
faster
since I
on
was
most
born.
occasions, but
I grew up on the battlefield.
should be pretty clean for
and
both of us
victory
in
were
the
my
shots.
parents. The unit.
And
We've
looks like
shared
Mac gets a little bit better RNG where Olga goes forward. Tyler's Olga went back a little bit, so a couple second gap thanks to that. But still, 2 good fights. No RNG nonsense. Both of them going for the Dav drop or the Dave Wildstar animation cancel, dropping off the ledge, but didn't get it, unfortunately. Alright, making our way to the engine room. I think we will see a couple different strats here. We'll see Tyler go for the swag strat that I believe he invented, and then MackMcD probably go for the older 1974 strat. Just roll down the stairs and trank the guard.
Safe and consistent strat.
Oh, Tyler having trouble. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the backup is for this now.
Hope and a prayer, basically. Because you're going to be running into the attack team guards and they're going to be spread out. Yep, he's going to get kicked probably another 1 time, maybe. Nope, okay, alright. Not great. The inventor struggled at his own strat. That is unfortunate.
Repair of the entrance.
But neither blew up the ship, which was good. But yeah, that's an unfortunate time loss early on for Tyler.
10 minutes time for the scheduled briefing session with the commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts.
And both of these guys are going to go for the older, just get in the face of this guard and trank him. The older 1974 strat for here. Executed by McD. Neither of them get the alert. Very nice. But we got guard rush coming up. I mean, guard rush can make or break people, and the holds, of course. So Still some dumb stuff in Tanker, so guard rush from McD. Let's see what he gets. Little bit of trouble. Slow guard rush. And Tyler make up the time here. Gets the guard in the back. Oh, he reloaded. No, he had to reload, and the reload put him off cycle. That's unfortunate. So Tyler had a chance to get it back, but nope.
We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons.
All right, ladder glitch from McD, all good. Gets the flick shot, no problem.
With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world.
My stream too keeps cutting out.
What you doing, Tyler? Different ladder glitch? Interesting that he went for that. Wow, okay. But he had to do a second try, which was slow.
They are all working on deploying their own.
Goes around the guard too, that's hard.
They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the US's nuclear strike.
So I don't like Mac's position for these photos.
Is about to see a swarm.
Probably gonna be okay, but just Monka ass a little bit.
I don't mess with that 2 spot, not in a race.
Both of them are doing 2 spot. Alright, MackMcD's out, so Tyler not too far behind, but
We the Marines.
an okay gap early. All right, good photos from Tyler. And on to the plant we go. So we probably won't see any sort of separation until bomb disposal. Neither of these guys go for the conveyor belt route that you saw Plywood do in the previous race. So traditional stuff from both in all likelihood. And we'll see how they both fare.
I'm under attack. Stay alert.
Stay on the lookout.
All right, McD up into the elevator. Tyler picking up his M9. I thought he was going to open the locker, but picking up the M9's more of a meme anyway. You really don't need to get it early. It's just you're waiting for the elevator to come down, so you might as well do something. That was like perfectly timed by Tyler. Like right as he was arriving at the door, he could go in. I'm not sure if either of these guys are on menu trick. It looks like MackMcD is set up, so if you end tanker on USP, you can then quick equip the M9 in plant. And you can take that further by unequipping it before you get to Pliskin, and then you can quick equip it again once you exit Stillman. So a little minor menu optimization. I think both of them are set up for that. Maybe. Tyler's not unequipping, so I don't think Tyler's going to get it. Yeah, no, he's not going to get it. Yeah, so it's like a 20-second-ish gap right now. It's not insurmountable by any means, but definitely a good start for McD. Remember, winning you're in. It's just that simple. And I know McD has been passionate about getting in the playoffs. He said he really wants to be in, really make the playoffs. He was really excited for this old school grudge match. So playoffs? You kidding me? Shout out to Jim Mora. Alright, as predicted, MackMcD going with traditional clockwise bomb disposal route. I'm pretty sure Tyler's going to do the same. Yep, Tyler's going to do the same. So a couple rooms apart, not too big of a deal. Both will do the same stretch, primarily M9 for the entire route. I do want to point out that I'm pretty sure Tyler still hasn't adopted the turbo mechanism that we almost everybody uses now to aid us in cutscenes and codecs and stuff like that. It's also a wrist saver, really, as far as a health standpoint. You don't have to do all that mashing. MackMcD has been very, very happy that it's been allowed. And found for PC the turbo that we have. It's a godsend for most of us. But Tyler's opted not to use it as far as I'm aware. So could be a minor advantage for McD, who knows? Alright, good strutty bomb from McD. Part of the one cartwheel club heading down the big staircase. Doing 2 cartwheels is just flat out dumb. Tyler having a slightly better line defusing that bomb, so save a tiny bit there. Even though Tyler really doesn't play the game all that much right now, his movement is still very, very clean. It's just a testament to the experience he has in this game and the veteran that he is, that he can just pick this up on a whim and still perform at a pretty good level, just like that. It's all those years of experience, all that muscle memory, just it never really leaves you when it comes to the basic stuff. And movement in this category can go a long, long way. I mean, as it is the definition of this category. Movement and little things.
Is there somebody there?
Ooh, McD got shot there. A little bit unfortunate. Just a little bit off on the timing as far as the guard. You want to hug that left rail. That way the guard spawns just a little bit later. Tyler cartwheeling into a box. So both of them made a little minor error. About the same amount of time loss. Strut A. This room just sucks. You got to do all these cool rises, defuse the bomb from behind. It's a tricky little room that you can definitely lose time on if you're not paying attention or not careful. Second D is out, no problem. We'll see how Tyler fares with this. Still relatively close-ish. I mean, it's like a 20-ish, 25-second gap somewhere in that area. Tyler having a tiny bit of trouble with that bomb, but gets it in the end. Yeah, as B-Man pointed out, Mac can finish either 8th or 9th. Top 8 make the playoffs. If Tyler does end up winning this match, he could go to the 7th seed, depending if Tino loses his match against Joe later on today. But Mac can only finish in the 8th spot, which would set up a match against me in the first round next weekend. And remember, everybody has played each other once. It's a round-robin format, so everybody plays each other once. Every match you will see in the playoffs is a rematch, so you get to see an opponent a second time. Maybe for redemption, maybe to sweep them, who knows? I'll just respond to Mayu in the chat. I mean, you could lose 2 minutes of vamp. Patchy could. You never know. You play to win the game. You never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. All right, McD heading down to the deep sea dock. Since it was brought up in chat, I'll tell you a quick story real quick. While we're waiting on MackMcD to go to Fortune. I was on world record pace for this category 2 nights ago on my own channel. I had the trainer on accident. I was at the Solidus speech before Raise starts. I was 2 seconds ahead, needed to be a little over 3 ahead to get world record. I pressed numpad 2 on my splits to check my Solidus split to see how much time save I had. And I died because I had the trainer on. And literally lost world record to that. So Fortune starting. Punch buffer at the start, as we mentioned earlier. Very important that you do. Pretty standard stuff so far. No real issues. McD out of Fortune, no problem. Okay, that was an awkward pickup from McD for that chaff, but he
How
gets
did he
it.
manage to get away with it?
I have no clue. I mean, he did
Stole
damage
those
cancel
chaff
mine.
grenades.
Yeah.
It's so risky, you know, when you go past them and the claymore doesn't detonate, and then you have to go back and get them.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've been doing an awful lot of talking. Why don't you carry us for a bit?
Okay.
It's the enemy. I need help.
Both of these guys are now heading to the Fat Man fight. Tyler trailing slightly. I think he picks up the chaff grenades as well. I'm pretty sure he doesn't go chaffless. That was an excellent pickup from Tyler. Really, really clean movement. MackMcD will pick up the claymore on the EF bridge. He'll roll into it and then coolant rise out. Does MackMcD go for the little aerial stereo?
That's unfortunate.
No. You can cartwheel into that guard, right? But the timing for it is so damn precise that it isn't worth going for, really.
Yeah, it's ridiculously tight. It's so tight.
B-Man is a champion of punching that guard, which also the timing's very tight for. But you can actually punch him and then cartwheel through.
McD is going for the older lethal Fat Man setup.
Yeah, there's a lot of RNG in this variant. The newer setup kind of gets rid of all the RNG, but Mac doesn't care, gets the best RNG anyway.
But a slow bomb.
Shame about the slow bomb. It's still a really good Fat Man. 40 on the timer.
Yeah, that's still pretty decent TM. All right, let's see what Tyler does.
Tyler gets a fast bomb to start with. Again, older setup, unfortunate with the slow bomb. He's going to be relying on good Fat Man RNG here as well. He's a little bit far away from him. Fat Man can get away from you.
Yeah, gets good RNG, so
as well.
Yep.
Why do people free aim for Fat Man's head? You can lock onto it, right, with L1.
It depends on distance, but yeah, I mean, sometimes you'll hit his cloak or whatever, but you generally want to L1 lock on, and then if you have to minor adjust, Tyler gets all slow. Even that last bomb was a slow bomb. That's a fair bit of time loss. All right.
Yeah, there's 4 in total, right, during that fight, and
Yep.
slow bombs are always a 5-second time loss.
All right, McD is wise, using D-pad on the EF bridge. Very good. Smart, intelligent veteran. Unlike people who use analog.
It's free, just take it. D-pad.
Yep.
Switch to the D-pad when you cartwheel. Switch back to analog when you cartwheel the second time.
Yep, it's not that hard. Just do it.
Yo, what are you doing?
A gap is forming, but again, we have not touched on our biggest swing moments of the run.
I mean, this is similar as far as the last match we just saw, and look what happened at Vamp. So you don't know until you get there.
I know you touched on it earlier, but Tyler really does have some great MGS2 movement. It's very different looking from other people's, but it's really, really nice.
Someone else here.
So McD going for the late alert strat to skip one of the cutscenes. Gets it successfully.
Yeah, that alert will clear by the time you get to the elevator button. So you skip a little mini cutscene by firing your AK there.
Retinol pattern recognized.
All right, let's see what kind of aims McD gets.
Gonna need a good one. I don't think he pause buffers, right?
No, I don't think either one does.
Your aim is
Wow,
actually-
look at that. That is
That's
just
a
about
good
the best
one.
you can get.
That's a good one. God aims.
Yep. Very, very good. That's going to be really tough for Tyler. Oh, and he's going to get the slow knock. Oh, no. He knocked too far north. And the guard didn't hear him till a little bit later. Yikes.
It's the worst feeling in the world. It's like the MGS2 walk of shame, right?
Pretty much.
I have an unknown target here.
Yeah, you have to be fast. You only have to knock once, but you have to be fast to knock.
And you have to be more south than you think. It being north is actually bad. So, but let's see what Tyler gets. Not okay. So okay.
It's not the worst. It is not the
No.
worst.
We'll lose a couple seconds off of McD's, but still serviceable.
It's the grateful aims position, because when you don't see him on the first table, you know you haven't got guard. You start thinking, oh, hell, where is he? And when you see him in the southeast, it's a good feeling. Hey, Bestwick, if you say it, I'll believe it.
Yeah, if you have to initiate 3 cycles, so you knock, he hears you. You knock again, he hears you, and then you have to knock again. And if he hears you a 3rd time, then he'll start running. So by the time you do all that, it might end up being equivalent, because he has to stop to say hmm. So I don't know.
That's for people who make mistakes during their run, and as we know, I don't make any mistakes when I play this game.
Right, you're the grand champion of week 1 against BMN, so congrats. All right, coming up on the sensors for MackMcD, and then the infamous Harrier. See how he fares. Mac
Truly.
has been a little inconsistent at Harrier, so could be a potential opportunity.
Yeah, it's a truly rough section of the game. You have the sensors, then the Harrier, then the Leap of Faith. All very, very scary. Looking good from Mac so far. Nice menu. We menu the chaff before the Harrier because we want to be able to quick equip it before we pick up the Stinger, so it's only one menu for the Stinger.
Nope. More shot. Opportunity.
You ain't having it. You ain't having it. And the longer you spend trying to get that 5th shot, the less likely you are to get the +1.
Yeah, he got the +1 though. So. This is going to cost him some time.
Still two to make. Could catch up for it from Tyler. Tyler's very good at the +1.
Yeah, very, very consistent.
I believe he's the first person to really start going for it in runs, right? Everyone else was like, nah, that's too hard.
Matt gets none of those shots. None of those shots connected.
It's extremely unlucky.
This could go to...
Oh.
Yep.
He needed that shot so bad.
This could be low... No, this is high damage for Tyler. A golden opportunity. That's a late +1. Oh, it didn't connect. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, if you do it like that, you have to move your aim slightly to the left. Good leap of faith from Mac.
Still has a chance to save time. Only 1 shot remaining.
He'll save a good bit of time here, because Mac's Harrier went all the way around the building.
Yep. Yep, so that'll be time save for sure, but
Big
not
time.
Not what he was looking for. All right, see the leap from Tyler. Very nice.
Encounter the enemy requesting backup.
Yeah, so Mac will throw out a chaff grenade and then
Oh my god. Nearly did the D-Lime special.
it's not a place you want to get a continue.
Oh,
Anyway, as I was
man.
saying, Mac will throw out a chaff grenade and then purposely get an alert that skips a little cutscene here. And he'll use his second chaff on his way into Strut 2. Strut 2? Shell 2.
Strut 2. The second strut. Press numpad 2 if you agree. Tyler taking it safe. Mac is in shell 2. I'm sorry, strut 2.
Shell B.
Shell B. So Mac turned his directional microphone in the cutscene to offer him a better direction when he got out of the cutscene. Who came up with that?
I don't know, mate. That's a really cool strat, though. Whoever came up with that must be a genius.
Yeah, I completely agree. Tyler drew the same thing as well. Very good.
The D,
All right, let's see
D
this.
mic turn.
Yup. D-turn.
Wait, what's that swim maneuver called again? Tumble turn?
Tumble turn. Yeah. I want to think of
Very
a tumbleweed
nice.
when we say that.
Very nice tumble from Mac. Channeling his inner Michael Phelps. And we've seen folks lose time on that. Sometimes your right analog stick just doesn't cooperate. And you press down and right hand doesn't move, or it just carries on swimming forward.
It literally happened the last run, so.
Some people just turn left completely instead of doing the maneuver in the water.
Yeah, I don't trust R3 anymore, so I just, or my right analog stick anymore, so that's what I do.
Stop it!
Oh, McD, no, that's time loss. Opportunity.
doing?
Yikes.
Doesn't feel good to see that. Big
Oh, man.
time loss. Maybe 5-6 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. This is tightening up.
Right in time for swim glitch.
Get on the thing.
I think they'll both go for swim glitch, right?
I'm not sure. Tyler in League really hasn't been going for it much. I wonder, just because he's out of practice sorts, he doesn't really care about the swim glitch, or he's just been in positions where he hasn't really needed it. I don't know. I really don't know. Mac will go for it, I think.
We've seen Mac get it really well. We've seen him lose time on it. Inconsistent, but more than capable.
But yeah, swim glitch and vamp, which I think McD is gonna do turbo vamp. I'm not sure. Tyler won't, so could be tricky. All right, let's see what McD does. He is not going to do swim glitch. Okay, interesting. He's comfortable enough with his lead. So if Tyler happens to go for it and gets it, this could really tighten it up.
Surely Tyler has to attempt it, right? Like,
I would think. It's close enough. It's not like it's a blowout. I mean, it's super close. No, that's really strange. I question that. That's really by both. I mean, these are two old school veterans that have done this hundreds and thousands of times. I'm surprised. turbo vamp. Very nice. Clean from McD. So it's going to put him in a pretty good position until we get to Arsenal gear pending shenanigans. Oh my, that's so risky to have the lock on with him like that. It's, oh my god. It worked. That's 1974 style right there. Alright, I'm gonna try to get a gap update. I think it's like 30 seconds. Alright, so the current gap is 28 seconds.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nope, still a lot of elements at play, so we'll see. I'll remind you one more time. Winner is in the playoffs, loser is out.
Just staring intently. It's like two big inspirations for a lot of very easy runners. Really, the people that started it and pioneered this stuff. So
Yeah.
it's cool to see them going at it, and especially with so much at stake.
Yeah, the stakes really don't get any higher. I mean, it's kind of fitting to have these two be in a play-in game like this, but it's also, why are they in this position though? Like, it shouldn't be. Right. No phantom radio call from McD. Very good.
It's so rare, but it's just the worst feeling.
Not the best of the double bump there, so a little bit of an awkward second bump. Very aggressive bump from Tyler, and that's might save a little bit, but didn't go for the second bump, so.
I don't like the second bump. I think my line to her is bad, but I tend to just end up losing time on that.
Yeah.
Certainly not saying the second bump is bad. It's really good. It saves time, but not the way I do it.
All right, McD entering everybody's favorite section, the Emma sniping section, doing the the hugging strat to get Emma in. Very nice.
Are we here already?
We are.
Flies by, doesn't it?
Yep.
I like the third-person shot on the cards.
I do too. I really do. While we have a minute, I do want to remind you once again, this is Metal Gear Speedrunners. This is the last week of Very Easy League, an 11-player, 11-week round-robin style league. We will be having the playoffs next weekend. Top 8 make the playoffs. Winner of this particular match makes the playoffs. Loser is out. And after this match, we have 3 more matches on tap for you today. We have Apache Smash versus Mayu-chan coming up next. Then we have GoGo BMN versus Makarov360. And then finally, Joseph Joestar316 versus Tino to end the regular season.
Some damn good quality races. Joe recently got a really nice PB, right? Like yesterday.
I think he got a
18,
103.18. Yep, so about a 5-second PB, but PB nonetheless.
I said to him on Twitter, I missed the days when I was better than him at this game.
Right.
Who knows, maybe we'll meet in the playoffs.
As it sits right now, that's a possibility.
That would be the game I'd most like to get, but obviously I'll take whatever comes.
Yeah, Joe is, as it sits right now, he's in prime position to take the number 2 seed into the playoffs. All he has to do is win his match against Tino, and then 3, 4, and 5 will jockey for position. But if he loses, we could see a scenario where it's a 4-way tie for second, and then it's going to come down to a cumulative IGT tiebreaker. So I don't remember how everybody stands as far as the cumulative IGT, but I don't think Joe's in good position to win that tiebreaker. So it could be big.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because there's going to be some real variance in those cumulative IGTs. A few of them have had like inconsistent performances. I think B-Man is like the most consistent aside from his first game.
Yeah, B-Man has been wildly consistent the last few matches. They've been 102 2Xs this last 3 races, if I recall correctly, like a 21, a 23, and a 26 or something. You don't get any more consistent than that. He's going to be very scary for anybody in the playoffs for sure. I mean, he very well can win the whole thing. But we've seen upsets happen, and playoffs, it's one and you're done. It's one match. That's it. It's single elimination. That's it. So you get one match. You don't. There's no best of 3. There's no double elimination. You get one match, and if you screw up, you screw up.
Yeah, best of 1 is an incredibly cruel format, but with these races being so long, we really can't go much further than that. Not everyone can sit and play MGS2 for 4 or 5 hours, especially when you're under a lot of pressure. Some people feel the pressure more than others, but it can be intimidating.
For sure, for sure.
Feels good to win, though.
Yes. Yes, it does. But this is still anybody's race. It's still relatively close. Mac has a somewhat comfortable lead, but I wouldn't say he's super cozy. So one mistake and Tyler's right back in it.
Yeah, as soon as sniping ends, that's it. It's just back-to-back rooms that will lose you a ton of time if you make mistakes.
Yep. And we've seen them both make mistakes. I mean, this is part of the reason why they're towards the bottom of the standings. Unfortunately, they've made mistakes, so they've been a little bit inconsistent. So mistakes could happen. You don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Vamp 2, very clean, very, very nice from McD. Slight tap to the left.
Vamp 2 can be a gatekeeper. Vamp 2 can take a ton of time. We call it a JMC special, where you kill your PB to Vamp 2. It does happen.
Yep. Oh, Tyler's got a Cypher he's dealing with. Gee. Monka S. Wow. Tyler going for the headshot. Just dumb. All right. All right, looks like McD is through that bridge. He will enter endgame into Arsenal gear.
I think they've both played well. Minor mistakes on Harrier. You know, it's easy to mess up Harrier.
It's been a while, hasn't it? Jack the Ripper.
Feels good when you get the shot on that Cypher.
You know this fellow? You remember me, don't you? You've grown. High concentration of cerebral implants. Have they altered your memory, too?
Olga, you can't keep this up. They're bound to find you.
Listen, I'll free you in a little
Jejunum,
Brace
Tengu 1,
yourself.
Tengu 2, Raise, Solidus. Sit tight.
Jejunum and Tengu 2 are the biggest candidates for time save or loss, depending on your situation. Tyler really needs is a failed Jejunum gap cartwheel from Mac. It's a minimum 11-second time loss, and if you have an alert doing it, it's more. Probably the type of thing he needs right now, and it's unlikely, but we'll see.
Is there somebody there?
He cartwheels into the guard, okay, and gets the gap. No problem.
He's
very
over.
good. Tyler has to duplicate. Running out of chances. Oh, he answered the call early. That's unfortunate. I do not like that cartwheel up the stairs, but he punches, cartwheels into the guard, and makes the gap, so...
Made it work. He made it work.
Yep, he did.
Damn kid.
All right, both of them at their ascending colon blade tutorials, if you will. Gap is about 40 seconds, so it's grown a little bit.
Here, Raiden, slash this sword once. That was great. Now you can block bullets.
All right, Grand Champion. All right, Tengu 1 for MackMcD. Left side as usual. Kind of stuttered a little bit there, but door glitch, first try, very clean, very nice. Good stuff. Alright, Tengu 2. Gonna go for the best with setup, and I don't think he's gonna do the turbo setup. Yep, he's just gonna do the traditional timer shot. Good start so far. Tengu 1 from Tyler. Left side as well. Never reloaded his gun, it was a little risky, but got to skip first try as well. Keeping any bit of hope alive. This is turning out to be a really good Tengu 2 from McD. Tyler with the best whip setup as well.
Everyone just shooting that guard without priming him with the SOCOM first, just taking a massive risk. I think Tyler's too far north.
Is Tyler on turbo?
I think so, yeah. Looks like it.
Weird, unless he's just, I mean, he's one of the best mashers, but he could be mashing. I thought he didn't have turbo on.
Creating the perfect assassin to retire.
But yeah, his position's still off just a little bit. I think McD had a much better Tengu too.
Tyler's got kind of unfortunate with the way the guards are spawned. He's got those double packs where they separate right at the door.
Yep. Yeah, there's so many guards falling. He's just in a bad position.
When Foxhound no longer exists, a simulated solid snake shaped by VR regimen. Sound like someone you know?
Yeah, I think Max was a bit better than this.
I'm sorry to see you reduced to one of the Patriots' puppets.
He's out.
But I've made use of you, and their plan too.
Matt can just hold. That's all he needs to do now is hold.
It was obvious the Patriots were among my
Just hold and he's in. He will make the playoffs.
Before the mission entered the final phase. You came in handy.
Started off really rough. Winless for the first 5 or 6 weeks, but it has come on as of late.
During the Civil War were as real as they come.
So hats off to him for sure.
Absolute. Split between life and death. You ran from it. And now you've been led
Hey man, no coaching. No coaching.
Less than real.
Can't coach. Alright, raise. Middle, left. Traditional, safe, setup. Leg right. Oh, they shot a little early, but that's fine. It's done.
Are you awake yet, Jack?
Yeah, MackMcD totally forgot the order that you shoot the rays in. He's had over 1,000 attempts at this game, if his live split is to be believed.
Yep. Probably like 4,000 to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son.
Disqualified coaching. Congratulations to Mac and Tyler for making the playoffs.
Right. All right, Tyler with his raise.
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the answers from.
A little bit cleaner from Tyler.
Not too bad. It's going to take a monumental collapse at this point for McD. But it looks like he's going to be our 8th and final playoff player.
You can lose time at Solidus. I've done it.
You can. His name's not Apache Smash, though. There we go.
Good start off. I've seen a lot of people do the swipe instead of the punch to start. You have to be at the right distance to make that work.
Good phase one.
He should get short dash, and he does.
Take this over here.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
It's not going to be enough to change the lead. Good swipe there.
No.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
Nice stab.
Nice.
On
Alright.
time.
Time for Mac.
GG.
Do you remember this place?
And that'll put MackMcD
Of course.
in the playoffs as the 8th and final seed.
Good work, Jack. But this is where it gets interesting.
We'll go to the score screen to get their official times. But yeah, MackMcD to the playoffs. Ooh, unfortunate. Tyler.
We are 4 for 4 on being knocked down there.
That's really
Everyone
strange.
today.
Really bizarre.
GG
That's time
Tyler.
from Tyler.
I'm going to jump off now, guys, because my race is next. I will see you all very soon. GG to Mac.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Give a quick shout out to Hand Drawn Sausage for the tier 1 subscription to the channel. We thank you very much for your support. Truly appreciate it for the 2 months. Welcome, McD. Congrats.
Hello, Mr. Limes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, GG for sure. Welcome to the playoffs.
Yeah, I was kind of in a weird spot going into this. I was like, well, it's win-win either way. So either I win the race and I get to do the playoffs, or I lose the race and I can put this game down for a little bit. But I can't seem to get away from it.
Nope. Every time you try to take a break, something just reels you back in. So
Yep.
but we'd love to have you no matter what, and we get you for another week, which is really awesome. So how'd you feel about the run?
Honestly, when going into Harrier, or actually coming out of Fat Man, I didn't have live split going, but I was like, this could be close to PB pace at that point. So I was feeling real good about the run. And then Harrier happened exactly the way that I thought it might. And I was watching it out of the corner of my eye to see where I was, but when it came time to do swim glitch, I had decided before I even started the race, even if I was behind, that I wasn't going to do it. I did a little bit of warm up before this race here, and I got as far as swim glitch on the warm up. That's the only practice I had, and I butchered it so hard. So I was like, with no pressure, butchering it that bad, as there's no way I'm doing it in the pressure of a race. So, aside from those two shortcomings, I felt pretty good with it. Oh, and my bad Nikita shot.
Yeah, it was definitely unfortunate, but yeah, Tyler had an unfortunate miss of a +1. He really could have gained a lot of time on you at Harrier and really tighten this thing up, but just a few unfortunate mistakes on his part. But it was a really good and entertaining race overall. So
yeah, it was definitely a fun one to keep tabs on the whole way. It was like, okay, so I'm ahead, but I'm not. There's not a, I can't relax. I'm not ahead by enough where I can relax. I knew I still had a very capable player right on my ass.
right, for sure.
So I just, stayed focused and did what I do. What else? There was something. Oh, right. Going into Vamp 1, I had 16 stingers, and I did not remember the amount I needed for Turbo Vamp, so I just YOLO'd it. And I have a feeling I used every single one of those stingers. So that was a little bit of a sweaty moment.
Yeah, that was definitely Monk S for sure, but you definitely pulled that off, no problem. But yeah, I mean, all in all, you played pretty well for the most part. And Tyler did as well. And I mean, not too many mistakes, but it's good stuff, very good stuff. So, but that means You'll be in the playoffs. You will be the 8th and final seed. You get me next weekend.
Oh my God. Okay.
So
I guess I should actually practice this time, I think.
yeah, it's
It'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, just a little bit. But
So how does that is this single elimination? Like if we race and I lose, I'm out? That's how that goes?
yeah, it's single and
Okay.
one race. That's it. So,
All right. Maybe I'm learning new strats this week. Well, I'll do what I can.
Yep. Never know.
Underdog story, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Should be a good one.
Crazier things have happened. Like we saw, arguably, if not, the second best player in the world, I would say probably tied for the best player in the world, have serious, serious problems on a fight that's considered free for most of us. So, in a race setting, you never know what can happen.
Exactly. I've had my fair share of issues on certain things, so you never know. You play the games for a reason. You never know.
Right on. Well, thanks again, Tyler. Like I've said leading up to this, it's I don't know. It's an honor that some people consider me the inspiration for this particular game and category, but the game itself and the category to a lesser extent, Tyler was my inspiration. So to be racing him for the last this hype race where the winner gets into the playoffs, I couldn't have seen it going. It was the perfect end to the league. So for me at least. So definitely glad I was able to race Tyler, and I'm glad that it was as close as it was. It's a good time.
For sure. Pleasure to have you both. We'd love it. So
All right. I am going to use the little boys' room because I didn't during sniping like I usually do. And yeah, we'll see where I'm at after credits. I'll make sure I'm back in time to skip the cutscene, unlike Platt.
sounds good. Thanks. All right, MackMcD, everybody. So class act as always. Always good to have him a part of these events and races. It's always good to hear from him. So well, yeah, we will go to the IGT to confirm their final times, and then we will get you ready for the third matchup of the day, which is Apache Smash versus Mayu-chan, the Battle of Household Supremacy. Um, they both basically live together, so they're both in the same house, so bragging rights on the line. Apache is pretty much locked into the 6th seed. Certain things can happen where he could jump a little bit, but it's unlikely. So he's in the playoffs. He'll likely be the 6th. So it's really just um, play to win, basically, just a race. So Mayu trying to pull the upset, get her first win of league. Going to be a little bit of a tall order, but you never know what can happen. Mayu's been improving as well. Maybe Apache makes some large mistakes. You never know. So I definitely look forward to that. I think we're going to have at least Platonic on commentary. And probably myself as well. So I think I can handle another one. But do appreciate everybody for watching as usual. Should be a good few hours left of league. And like we said before, the playoffs will start next Saturday. Times will be determined, so I'll be sure to stay tuned to the Discord for announcements. We might put something on the Twitter as well once we know exact times, and of course the matchups as well. We won't know the matchups until league is finished this afternoon when the seeding finishes of shuffling. So the only seed that's locked in right now is myself at the 1 seed. Everything else is up in the air. There can be many different combinations. Actually, MackMcD is the 8th seed. So 1 and 8 is set. It's me versus MackMcD next weekend. Everything else is up in the air. All right, coming up on the score screen, for McD. $103.39, a very respectable time from McD. So produced quite a few 103s in this league. So really, really good time for sure. Tyler, not too far behind. Should be a low to mid 104, I would guess. Could he get the meme 104.20, the best time? We shall see. Be close. $104.27. So respectable. He's been pretty consistent in the 104s throughout league, but that will wrap it up for Tyler. Unfortunately, he is done. MackMcD moving on to the playoffs next weekend. So we're going to go to a short intermission. We'll get you ready for the third matchup of the day, Apache Smash versus Mayu Chan. And we will see you guys shortly.